What if one of the biggest threats to your heart isn't your diet, your stress, or even your genetics? What if it's a pill you take every single day, one that was prescribed by your doctor and refilled automatically year after year? Today, we're exposing 5 common medications that can quietly damage the hearts of older adults, and most people are never warned. As we get older, protecting our heart becomes more important than ever. We focus on diet, exercise, and stress. But there's another hidden risk most people never hear about, and it may be sitting in your medicine cabinet. Many common doctor-prescribed medications can affect the heart differently as the body ages. Prescriptions are often renewed, side effects are mistaken for aging, and warning signs go unnoticed. Today, we're counting down 5 medications that can quietly damage the hearts of adults over 60. Number 1. NSAIDs, the hidden strain on aging hearts. Ibuprofen, naproxen, and diclofenac are some of the most commonly used pain relievers in the world. They are sold over the counter, trusted by millions, and often taken without hesitation. When arthritis flares up, joints ache, backs feel stiff, or a headache won't go away, many people reach for these pills automatically. For younger adults, occasional use may not cause much harm. But after the age of 60, these medications can quietly place serious strain on the heart. These drugs belong to a class called non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs. While they are effective at reducing pain and inflammation, they also interfere with how the kidneys regulate salt and water. In younger bodies, the kidneys usually adapt. In older adults, kidney function naturally declines, even when blood tests appear normal. When NSAIDs disrupt this delicate balance, the body may begin to retain excess fluid. This fluid retention often shows up in subtle ways. Ankles may swell, shoes may feel tighter, legs may feel heavy by the end of the day, fatigue may increase, especially in the evening. These symptoms are frequently blamed on aging, but they are often early warning signs that the heart is being forced to work harder. Extra fluid increases blood volume, which raises blood pressure and places additional strain on the heart muscle. For older adults, especially those with high blood pressure or a history of heart disease, this added workload can worsen heart failure and increase the risk of hospitalization. NSAIDs can also reduce blood flow to the kidneys, accelerating kidney damage over time. Research has linked long-term or frequent NSAID use to higher risks of heart attack and stroke, particularly in seniors. What makes NSAIDs especially dangerous is how quiet the damage can be. You don't feel your kidneys struggling, you don't feel your heart working overtime. The symptoms creep in slowly and are easy to dismiss, because these medications are available without a prescription. They don't feel serious, but that false sense of safety is exactly what makes them risky. If you are over 60 and taking NSAIDs regularly, it is important to speak with your doctor. You may not need to stop them entirely, but using them less frequently or exploring safer alternatives can significantly reduce risk. In many cases, other approaches to pain management can provide relief without placing added strain on the heart and kidneys. The goal is not to suffer in silence, but to manage pain in a way that protects your long-term health. Before moving on, comment below if you or someone you know takes NSAIDs regularly. Have you noticed any swelling, fatigue, or other changes you thought were just aging? Sharing your experience could help others recognize the signs early. Number 2. Benzodiazepines, the sleep aid that steals stability. Difficulty sleeping and anxiety are incredibly common as we age. When nights become restless or thoughts won't slow down, many older adults are prescribed medications like lorazepam, diazepam, or temazepam. These drugs belong to a class known as benzodiazepines. For many people, they feel like a lifeline. Sleep improves, anxiety eases, life feels more manageable. But beneath that sense of relief, these medications can quietly cause serious harm. Benzodiazepines work by slowing activity in the brain and nervous system. In older adults, that slowing effect is often amplified. Reaction times become slower, balance becomes weaker, muscle coordination declines. The result is a much higher risk of falls, especially at night when grogginess is strongest. Falls are not minor events in older age. They are one of the leading causes of injury, hospitalization, and loss of independence. A single fall can permanently change someone's ability to live on their own, but the risks don't stop there. Long-term benzodiazepine use has been linked to memory problems, mental fog, confusion, and a higher risk of cognitive decline. What often starts as mild forgetfulness can progress gradually, and many people never connect it to their medication. Another major concern is dependence. Over time, the body becomes accustomed to benzodiazepines. The same dose no longer works as well, leading to higher doses or continued long-term use. Stopping suddenly can cause withdrawal symptoms such as anxiety, insomnia, restlessness, and tremors. This creates a cycle that can be difficult to escape. If you or someone you love is taking a benzodiazepine, it's important not to panic and not to stop abruptly. Instead, talk to a doctor about whether the medication is still necessary. Many older adults can safely taper off under medical supervision or switch to safer alternatives. There are effective non-drug treatments for sleep and anxiety that do not carry the same risks. Sleep and calm are important, but they should never come at the cost of balance, clarity, and independence. If this section resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Have you, or someone you care about, ever taken a medication for sleep or anxiety? Did you notice changes in balance, memory, or alertness? Your experience could help others watching this video. Number 3. Proton pump inhibitors. The silent drain on the body, heartburn, and acid reflux become more common with age. And for many people, medications like omeprazole, pantoprazole, or esomeprazole feel like a miracle. These drugs, known as proton pump inhibitors or PPIs, reduce stomach acid and quickly relieve discomfort. For short-term use, they can be extremely effective. But problems arise when short-term treatment turns into a long-term habit. Stomach acid plays an essential role in the body. It helps absorb important nutrients such as calcium, magnesium, iron, and vitamin B12. When acid production is suppressed for long periods of time, these nutrients are not absorbed properly. Over months and years, deficiencies can develop quietly. Low calcium weakens bones, increasing the risk of fractures, especially hip fractures, which can be life-altering for older adults. Magnesium deficiency can disrupt heart rhythm, cause muscle cramps, dizziness, and fatigue. Low iron and vitamin B12 can lead to anemia, nerve problems, and mental fog. These symptoms are often mistaken for aging, but medication is frequently the underlying cause. PPIs can also weaken the body's natural defenses against infection. Long-term use has been linked to serious gut infections that cause severe diarrhea and dehydration, particularly dangerous in seniors. Some studies have also associated prolonged PPI use with kidney disease and cardiovascular risks. Though research is still ongoing, this does not mean PPIs are bad medications. They are very helpful when used appropriately. The problem is that many people remain on them for years without reassessing whether they are still needed. If you've been taking a PPI for more than a few months, it's worth discussing with your doctor whether a lower dose, intermittent use, or tapering off is possible. Relief today should never come at the cost of strength and resilience tomorrow. Now, we'd like to hear from you. Have you or a loved one been taking a heartburn or acid reflux medication long-term? Did you ever discuss how long you should stay on it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your input may help someone else ask the right questions.
Number 4. Heart and blood pressure medications. When the cure becomes the risk, heart and blood pressure medications are meant to protect the heart, and for many people, they truly do save lives. They lower blood pressure, reduce strain on the heart, and help prevent serious events like strokes and heart attacks. But as we age, the body doesn't respond to these medications the same way it once did. Blood vessels become stiffer, kidneys filter more slowly, and the heart becomes more sensitive to changes in fluid and pressure. That means a dose that worked perfectly years ago may now be stronger than your body needs. Diuretics, often called water pills, are a common example. They help remove excess fluid and salt from the body, which can lower blood pressure and reduce swelling. But in older adults, they can also pull too much fluid out, leading to dehydration and electrolyte imbalances. This can cause dizziness, weakness, frequent urination, and that lightheaded feeling when standing up. Many people assume this is just part of aging, but in reality, it's often the medication working too aggressively. Calcium channel blockers are another widely prescribed group. These medications relax blood vessels to lower blood pressure, but in some seniors, they can cause swelling in the legs and ankles, fatigue, constipation, or a heart rate that becomes too slow. Beta blockers, which slow the heart to reduce strain, can also become problematic with age. When the heart slows too much, people may experience shortness of breath, extreme tiredness, cold hands and feet, or difficulty exercising, even with simple activities like walking. The real danger often appears when multiple heart medications are taken together. Many older adults are prescribed a combination of drugs for blood pressure, heart rhythm, cholesterol, and fluid control. While each medication may have been appropriate on its own, together they can overwhelm the body. This is when symptoms like brain fog, poor balance, low energy, and frequent falls begin to appear. These changes are commonly blamed on aging, but very often, they are the result of medications that need adjustment. Heart medications are powerful and important, but they are not set-it-and-forget-it treatments. They need regular review as the body changes. The goal is not just to control numbers on a blood pressure cuff or lab report, but to help you feel steady, alert, energetic, and independent. If you or someone you love is taking multiple heart or blood pressure medications, it may be time to ask whether the doses are still right or if some medications can be adjusted or simplified. Before we move on, take a moment to comment below. Are you or a loved one taking more than one heart or blood pressure medication? Have you ever wondered if they're still working the way they should? Your experience could help someone else watching this video. Number 5. Polypharmacy, the most dangerous pill. OFALL, the most dangerous pill for older adults, isn't a single medication. It's the combination of many. Polypharmacy, which means taking 5 or more medications at the same time, has become one of the most serious and overlooked threats to senior health. And it's far more common than most people realize. Nearly half of adults over 65 take 5 or more daily medications, and many take far more than that. Each additional pill increases the risk of side effects, drug interactions, and added strain on the heart, kidneys, and liver. These organs already work more slowly with age, and when they're asked to process multiple medications at once, problems begin to appear. The effects are often subtle at first. You may feel more tired than usual. Your thinking may feel slower. Balance may not feel as steady. Digestion can change. Mood can shift. Most people assume this is just aging, but in many cases, it's the medication load. What makes polypharmacy especially dangerous is that many prescriptions were started years ago and never re-evaluated. The original condition may have improved or resolved, but the medication remains. Sometimes, a side effect from one drug is treated with another drug, which then causes its own side effects. Over time, this creates a chain reaction where medications are stacked on top of medications, without anyone stepping back to look at the whole picture. Polypharmacy doesn't just affect physical health. It can steal clarity, confidence, and independence. It increases the risk of falls, hospitalizations, and confusion. And once someone begins to feel weaker or less steady, they may become more dependent on others, even though the root cause could be adjusted or reversed. The solution is not to stop all medications, and it's certainly not to make changes on your own. The solution is to review everything. A careful medication review with a knowledgeable doctor or pharmacist can identify which medications are still necessary, which can be reduced, and which may no longer be needed at all. For many seniors, this leads to more energy, better focus, improved balance, fewer side effects, and a noticeable improvement in quality of life. Sometimes, better health doesn't come from adding another pill. Sometimes, it comes from letting go of the ones that are no longer serving you. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments, how many medications are you or a loved one currently taking? Have you ever had a full medication review? Sharing your experience might help someone else realize they're not alone. Medications can help us live longer, but only when they're used thoughtfully. As we age, our bodies change, and our medications must change with us. Awareness is the first step toward protection. Asking questions, reviewing prescriptions, and staying informed can make all the difference. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. We break down important health topics like this every week. In the comments below, share how many medications you or a loved one are currently taking, and whether you've ever questioned if they're all still necessary. Your experience could help someone else more than you know. And remember, protecting your heart may begin with something as simple as opening your medicine cabinet.